don't even know that I prepared for this.
Shall be following you.
So you guys will do it.
Every single jump, every trophy won, every wicket you break, every breakaway you make, every cross, every dribble, every dunk, every pit stop, every loss, every victory, every single sport. We will be watching you.
Welcome inside the locker room.
Love music, love life. You are now welcome inside the locker room, and it's time for us to get updates on what's happening in the world of sports everywhere. So welcome, because every Monday, Wednesday, as well as Friday, 8:15 till 8:45, that's how we do it on the locker room right here on Smooth 98.1. My name is Oluwaseun Olusegun, and joining me to give us all the juicy takes as well as the informed analysis is the one and the only Tega Supreme.
All right. Good morning, everybody.
Just pressing the buttons now.
Yes, just always pressing the buttons. Yes, what was happening? What happened this weekend? Okay, nothing major happened this weekend. I think the things that happened this weekend were things that were not sports. Like the accident on the third mainland bridge and the people with their articulate ignorance trying to say what caused the crash. And that's when I could tell that a lot of drivers in Lagos do not know the simple rules of driving. They were taught by Taiwo Riwaya, and they didn't learn as they went. So that thread on social media that was trying to articulate why the third mainland bridge accident happened, it revealed people's ignorance. Go and learn how to drive.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So that was one on one side. Then also this weekend, what happened this weekend? I totally forgot on Friday. See, this is why I should not fall ill. That this was FA Cup weekend, and I was so excited. So Saturday morning, Tega Onojiafe, I was excited. Usually I don't wake up early in the morning till Saturday, so that's out. I wake up like 11:45. I wake up just in time to get ready for the first match. So I'm sat in front of my television waiting for FA Cup. For Premier League. And then I see that it's FA Cup. And you people did not tell me. And we're talking about Premier League. So we'll talk about the FA Cup this weekend and what happened with those people that were trying to use penalty shootout to reach final. We'll talk about
Ouch.
them. But this is a new month. Last my son was last month, yeah?
Yeah.
So this is a new month. And this is usually known as the Women's Month, because International Women's Day is on the 8th of March. So, on the 7th of March, Ladies in Sports International will be holding an International Women's Day event that is focused on fitness and health. And the reason is simple. All the health issues that women struggle with, the blood pressure. Well, everybody struggles with the blood pressure. Well, both genders struggle with blood pressure, but we're particularly focusing on women, the high blood pressure, the obesity, the fluctuations in hormones, the PCOSs, all those issues that women struggle with. Part of them can be tackled with just a healthy lifestyle. So just changing diets, changing nutrition, having a fitness routine, maybe whether you go to gym or you want to walk or you want to do some home exercises, all of that can be managed. All the health issues that women face can be managed with having a better lifestyle. All right. So Ladies in Sports International is hosting a one-day International Women's Day health and fitness event. It's tagged Accelerating Action on Healthy Living.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that's what we are trying to do. We are trying to accelerate your action on your healthy living. So we are not saying come this one day and it will cover for the rest of the year. No, we're saying come this one day, listen to talks on dieting, on nutrition, on, and then look at the different exercises that we have and determine which one fits you. Like me, I can't do cardio for any reason. Cardio is for torture. I cannot do cardio. But you will find me in a Pilates or a yoga class. So we're going to have different kind of exercises so you can determine which one works for you. And now, if you're over 40, you have to build muscle. If not, you start dripping. Um, so we have all of those lessons coming up on that day. So make sure you are there. As usual, our partners are Smooth FM. So that's why we're talking about it. All right. So we're going to go back to sports now.
Yep.
And before we go anywhere, she'll tell us, how can we be a part of the locker room this morning?
Well, some already have the heads up, including Flame. And Flame says, Locker room, we told you. Well, to be fair to him, he did mention it the last time. So, yeah, WhatsApp line to be like Flame is 0809 444 0981. Again, 0809 4440981. But you can go the YouTube way and send a message to us on YouTube. But that means you have to search for at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. And we can see you right now. Hello, YouTube. We can see you. We hope you can see us. So let's get right into it. And that is Rwanda appointing new head coach ahead of the clash with the Super Eagles.
All right. So remember. So first of all, this one is important because you know that it is the FIFA World Cup. We are struggling in that group, and all of us, like Eddie Murphy, we must go to America. That's it.
Wow.
That's the plan. We must all go to America. All right. Great news this weekend for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Chukwueze scored even if his team lost with a last minute penalty giveaway. Lukman scored. Osimhen, his team drew, but I think he also scored. So you can see all the people that are scoring. Uh-huh. Sadiq had a good game too. So you can see all the people that are playing. So that when it comes to time for Super Eagles now, we'll be looking for Calvin Bassey scored from against Manchester United. We'll talk about that. It's not like when you come for Super Eagles now, we'll be looking for goal. Like people that are looking for black goat on a dark night without torchlights. Please, people must score goals on the day. But Rwanda is preparing for us, and they have prepared by announcing their new head coach. Now, this announcement was made on Sunday. They appointed an Algerian coach, now former Algerian coach, and you know how it is. They have the tactics, they have the strategy, and they have also all the off dramatics to make life hard for you. So Rwanda is preparing for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Super Eagles of Nigeria. Are you preparing for the fans of Nigeria? That's the important thing. You don't prepare for Rwanda, prepare for the fans. If you prepare for Rwanda, you go down and try to play tiki taka. But if you prepare for the fans of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, you go there and get results. And results is what we are demanding. All right. So Rwanda is preparing for us, but let's see how Nigeria prepares for our next match in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers that is coming up soon.
Okay, up next is some tennis, and that is Tsitsipas beating
Felix Ogie-Aliassime. Don't worry.
You got me. Like a cover coat, you wrapped me. Thank you.
All right. So this was not coming. So in the past 2 seasons, Tsitsipas has really struggled. So he started struggling from last season or towards the end of 2023 actually. And then he had this fight with his father, who used to be his coach, and they split. His father was no longer his coach, and then he got new hands, and it seemed as if his father had the keys to the city because the new coaches were not helping him, getting knocked out early from major tournaments, struggling to just make a headway in tournaments. So it looked tough for him. However, this week was a very good week. And when he started going from one level to the other, I was just waiting for when he'll be knocked out. Because that's what's happened to him. Like I said, from last season, I was just waiting for when his spouse would be knocked out, but he kept going through. And then he gets to the final against Felix Ogie-Aliassime. Now, Felix has already won 2 tournaments this year, so when he got to another final, everybody was like, he's about to win another one again, and especially with Tsitsipas's record recently. However, if you would have asked me a few years ago, who was a better player between Felix and Tsitsipas, obviously I would have chosen Tsitsipas. He just has more weapons and more experience, but he has struggled. And based on how they've performed recently, I thought Felix was already going to win that. But Tsitsipas came up with strategic breaks. He held his serve.
He went past.
And then he pressured Felix on Felix's serve, and that was how he was able to get timely breaks. And he did it in straight sets so that there will be no stories that touch. 6-3, 6-3. So he won his ATP 500. Finally, congratulations, Tsitsipas. Now let's look if to see if you can go further at other Grand Slams and Masters this year.
Okay, now let's go over to Manchester United boss saying that the Red Devils have to target a return to the top of the Premier League.
Why you even laughing? You know how bad it is. Even Shehu that doesn't watch football like this is laughing at Manchester United. Do you know how bad Manchester United? I take offense on your behalf. If you're a fan of Manchester United, you know the numbers to send your messages to warn this lady. So why are you laughing now?
I'm sorry. It's like dreaming. We thought that Arsenal was delulu, but this is...
It's ambitious.
It's delusional.
Okay. I don't like what you're saying. First of all, I don't like it because that's actually what I thought. But let's go back to the story. All right, in case you missed it, Manchester United lost to Fulham in the FA Cup via penalty shootout. At least they went all the way to the penalty shootout. So before we flogged them for being bad, they went all the way to the penalty shootout. It was a game I honestly thought, based on the results of both teams, it could go either way, because Manchester United sexy won the last match for them, but last season it was also Iwobi and Calvin Bassey who scored goals that got Fulham the win. So I thought it could go either way, but the match was close. It was played brilliantly, and it's a cup competition. Most in general, you see teams do well at cup competitions than they will do in a league, which is a marathon. But United are defending champions, and Eric Ten Hag was fired for this special one, Ruben Amorim. This is the special one that was hired for Eric Ten Hag. At least Eric Ten Hag won the trophy.
Please don't use that term anyhow.
But for you to come into this place, he's a new special one. Everybody touted that he was coming with some magic wand to turn around the fortunes of Manchester United. Now they can't even afford lunch. Let's not even talk of affording wins. And so it's a tough task to see Manchester United play like this. And the good news, like I said, they went all the way to a penalty shootout, and that's where they lost. But they went to a penalty shootout against Arsenal to get here. Then they went to a penalty shootout against Fulham. Did they want to use penalty shootout to get all the way to the final? I don't know. But it's tough. I like what he's saying. He's saying we're not here to win cups. But you can't be saying that immediately you lose a title you're defending. I think that's where the problem is. Because it's not ambitious to say Manchester United should be looking towards getting higher up in the Premier League. It's not bad to say that. But to say that, to dismiss a cup competition that you cannot win, to now have an ambitious dream like the Premier League, it sounds a little delulu. Like you said earlier, it's the fact that you said it. You that does not watch football, you're now mocking Manchester United fans. Manchester United fans, stand up for yourself. I'm tired. Stand up for yourself. We'll go a quick break. When we come back, we'll look at what is happening in Spain and the rest of Europe. We'll be right back. Are you laughing at Manchester United fans?
It's that bad.
People that show.
Top of which table? Top of which league? One dash you.
Ibrahim is saying you should laugh away. Please. Ibrahim, I just want to say you're Nagbaya. That's all I can say. At least other people were playing this weekend. What was your club doing? What was your team doing? What was your team doing?
Not making mouth and dreaming, having their head in the clouds.
They were not. They can't even afford to dream. Is my point.
And that's what I'm saying.
They're even poorer than the people that are dreaming.
At least they.
How dare you come and pick? If you're a Manchester United fan now, please defend yourself. I don't
stand up.
I'm just recovering. I'm still on fruits and water. So just.
Hey, Cruz, it's been a minute.
Hey, this is Dave Goz. And you're listening to Nigeria's #1 station. Smooth
Wait,
98.1
Ibrahim, you support Man U?
No,
Are
he
you
supports
ready to own
Arsenal.
your own
Oh, okay,
house?
okay.
The federal
We just have a
government,
level
the Ministry of
of
Finance
delusion. One
Incorporated,
is grade A,
is
the other
making
one
it
is grade
easy
B.
for every Nigerian to own a house. The
All
Ministry of
right, so when we
Finance
come back, we'll
Incorporated
take
Real
some
Estate Investment
messages,
Fund,
two here, and then we'll go
MREIF,
to this
is a
one.
1
How
trillion
many
naira
minutes we are?
government-backed initiative designed to provide
Let's round it
affordable,
up
long-term mortgage
to 12
financing for home
minutes.
buyers across
No, no, no. I mean,
Nigeria
I'm talking
with
of the
low
break.
interest mortgages and
Oh, okay.
repayment periods
Just
of
some
up to
seconds.
20
Ah, we're
years.
back.
Act
Let's go.
now. Visit mreif.arm.com.ng to learn more or email us at mreif@arm.com.ng. The door to home ownership is open. Don't miss this opportunity.
This is IBK Spaceship Boy, and this is your breakfast show on Smooth 98.1.
Love music, love life. You are listening to The Locker Room, and you can also say you are watching The Locker Room because that means you have to join us on YouTube. So at Smooth 981 FM Lagos, catch the behind the scenes action in The Locker Room. You know how it goes down. And you can also be a part of the conversation 0809 444 0981. I do have Tega Supreme in the studio as always.
And here we are.
With the messages, starting with YouTube, Uchenna Nwokoye says, United, never a consistent run. Just sad. I hope one of the smaller teams knocks out Man City. Madrid struggling in Spain. Nobody wants to own Serie A. Awesome weekend. Let the league resume. And Padre Pio says, I'm not here for LK today. As locker room. Where are the Madrid fans? Rudiger is back with his Agbero football, a well-deserved loss. Mbappe didn't show enough effort. Everyone just being silly. Silly Madrid.
See vex.
And we go to WhatsApp. AY says, Manchester United disappointing yet again. Even penalty shootouts, they cannot even play. On the other side of the Atlantic in Spain, Isco and Antonio ensured that Betis took all 3 points against Madrid, thereby helping Barca climb comfortably.
I think it was interesting that Manchester United lost 2 penalties to Ben Leno. Ben Leno.
Now, Nathan Joku from Kirikiri Town says, Tega, what do you think is really wrong with Manchester United? Because me, I just can't explain it. And what's your take on Chidobe? I thought he had a good game. If City wins the FA Cup, he go pay me die. Konwa and Gordon were stupid. Atalanta played a goalless draw.
Okay, I want to say this first. Chidobe, we haven't seen enough of Chidobe to say if he's great or not. I remember they brought him from academy team to play first team football. So maybe he's not time. Maybe you know how you want to do planting. Maybe they should put him back in the sack and wait for it to get ripe before they bring it out. So I cannot honestly blame Chidobe too much. I don't think he had such a bad game, but then an academy player playing elite football, you always see those lapses. What else did he ask? What's wrong with Manchester United? We have to consult the gods on that matter.
The crystal ball is blurry. We need to clean it first for us to see the future.
We have to go to Eze more for something. All right, on that note, let's go to Spain because he also touched on Spain.
Yeah, so Barca thrashed 10-man Real Sociedad to claim top spots or reclaim top spots.
Okay, so this was I was looking forward to this one. So this weekend, it was interesting. Like I said, the three-way tie in Atletico Madrid, just 1 point separating the three teams before the weekend started. So it was always going to be tough. The pressure, who is playing first, who is playing last. And there's pressure either way. If you play first and you win, you put scoreboard pressure on the people playing behind you. If you play first, you have the pressure of trying to lay down the gauntlet before those coming behind you come up with the result. And Real Madrid had to play first. They played against Real Betis, and it looked tough. First of all, they're playing against a coach who had lost to them 9 times. So, so it didn't look like he was going to find a way to win. But I think 10 times is a charm. Because he gets there. He had his team played brilliantly. I must say this. First of all, Real Madrid looked like they're going to do something great. they scored the first goal. They were the first to call police, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you win the case. And then Real Betis took over the game. It was the way Real Betis managed the moments in the game. I think that's what turned it around. They didn't go all out and they didn't sit deep. They played in moments. They knew when to sit. They knew when to attack. And then they frustrated Real Madrid. And it also didn't help that Real Madrid players didn't exactly have a great day. Maybe they're looking towards the Madrid derby in the Champions League. I don't know what it is, but they didn't have a great day. So tough one for them. And then Atletico Madrid comes up and they played against Bilbao and they got the all important one goal in the 60 something minutes, locked down, and they went to the top of the table. Then Barcelona was like, that top of the table belongs to us. And they completely decimated Real Sociedad. Yes, Real Sociedad went a man down, but even discipline is part of football. So it is interesting to see that one is still a tough one. No, we don't know who's going to win the La Liga this season, and the tides could still turn for any team. So Barcelona sitting at the top of the table doesn't mean they have it in the bag. Remember, they sat at the top of the table earlier in the season, 8 points clear. They still dropped to third. So anything can still happen in the La Liga.
Well, up next, Newcastle is considering appealing against that red card that Anthony Gordon got in the FA Cup defeat.
Yes, it's important. Look, it's not about whether they want him to play or not. If Liverpool wasn't the next match, if he was not going to miss the match against Liverpool in the League Cup, they won't bother about it, I'm sure. But they're going to play Liverpool in the League Cup. They want every single good player available. And Gordon is that guy that knows how to run at defenders. He can create space with his runs. He just makes it easier to pull at the Liverpool defense. And so to tell him that they're not going to have that runner in a League Cup final where they're hoping to get a trophy, it's going to be tough. I think that's the only reason they're appealing this red card. They're not appealing it on any other thing, but we need this guy available. People should consider us. Also for the league, even the FA would like to have him in that final so that it's full squad against full squad. But hey, nobody told him to be rash. What can I say?
Well, up next, Diego Simeone is saying that you should not let the success distract you, and that is for Atletico, and they should quickly focus on Champions League showdown rather than celebrating and getting carried away with the win over Athletic Bilbao.
Yes, so this is what I'm talking about. The first leg of the Madrid derby in the UEFA Champions League tie would be massive. And I think that, like I said, that's what I think Real Madrid were looking towards. Um, Apart from the fact that some people say, "Oh, why did you rest Asensio, who could have been a better defender?" I also think they're looking too far ahead at the Madrid derby. They forgot to look at the Real Betis that was in front of them. And Atletico Madrid struggled to get this win over Bilbao. They even had a scare where Bilbao hit the post on 3 different occasions. And so it was a tough match, but they managed to get the win. However, Simeone is saying, let's not celebrate. Let's calm down. Let's see that Real Madrid is coming ahead. Now in the Champions League, Real Madrid have the upper hand. Once it comes to Champions League, I think there's something that maybe they buried an antelope on the Champions League logo, because Real Madrid have it on lockdown. And especially in the Champions League, Atletico Madrid will remember how many times they've met Real Madrid in Champions League and it has turned out really bad for them. So Simeone is already warned and he's looking at, this win will not count if we come up against Real Madrid midweek and we don't do the job. So this week is going to be an interesting one. I think this is the only match I'm really looking forward to, the Madrid derby. Yeah.
Well, up next, PSG's they're shifting their focus to the Liverpool test after the dominant win
over Lille, and they're running away with the league on, and they seem to be in great form because they were struggling at the start of the season with mixed basket of fruits, but now they seem to be on a consistent run of great performances, and it started towards the tail end of the Champions League, where they knew that they had to qualify for the knockout round at least, because at some point they look like they were in the zone where they're going to drop off. But ever since they got into that trouble, they fought their way back into the Champions League. They won the two-legged tie against Brest. In fact, they completely destroyed Brest, and now they're facing Liverpool. However, if I'm to be honest about both teams, don't get me wrong, PSG has players that can run at Liverpool. When you think about Bakola, when you think about Dembele, those guys can get you goals. But Liverpool just seems a better managed side and a more complete team. And because of that, I think this is a journey too far for PSG. It doesn't mean that it's impossible for Luis Enrique to come up with some master tactics to knock out Liverpool. But because of the way the Liverpool team is more complete, they have a better structure, they have better quality players, if you ask me, and they are still in good form. Because of all that, I think Liverpool is definitely coming out of this and it will not be close.
Okay, on the final.
But you tell me what you think. You tell me what you think.
You can send your messages to WhatsApp 0809 444 0981. I love sport headlines because take a look at this one. Troubled Milan sunk at the last by Lazio as furious fans revolt.
No, this one was bad. No. This one was really bad. So Milan looked like they were going to come back up after Conceição was hired as coach. They started playing beautiful football. They got the result. It turns out it was new manager bounce, because I started to buy the hype that Milan is doing a great job. But it was new manager bounce because Milan all of a sudden cannot win matches, and even matches that you'd expect them to win. So they come into this match knowing that they are far away from UEFA Champions League spots. Remember, they've been knocked out of the UEFA Champions League. So what is important to them this season is not the Scudetto. That one, they're not in that fight at all. The Scudetto is between Napoli and Inter Milan, and neither one wants to take it because they are passing it around each other. And all of a sudden, Atalanta has been dragged back into the mix. I think Atalanta is just 3 points behind Inter Milan, so they're still in the mix. But AC Milan is not in that Scudetto fight. They are just trying to make it to Champions League spots. So they knew their job was well cut out for them. They start this match. There's a red card in the match, which leaves them one man down. So they're one man down and one goal down. And then they find a way to struggle, and Chukwueze scores from a header in the maybe 88th minute. People were like, okay, maybe they can now push for the win. And these people started to push for the win. I understand ambition, but sometimes it's okay to be pragmatic. I'm sitting, no, let me not say I'm sitting. I'm sat there just thinking that don't push for this win. Just try to hold what you have, and then maybe you break on counter, because people have the numerical advantage. They didn't listen to me. I'm shouting at my screen and nobody's listening to me, because the next minute they lose the ball, and because they're attacking, first of all, remember they don't have the numerical advantage. Then they're attacking, so there are not enough bodies to cover defensively. So they leave their goalkeeper exposed, and then Mignon has to go for the ball. He does get into position, but he's sliding across his area, so he takes out the striker, and it's a penalty. Last minute penalty, literally. Like referee was about to blow whistle before he committed that foul. They now had to take extra time to review on VAR. Then they gave the penalty, and that's how AC Milan also. So of course, if I'm one of the fans, I'd be angry, and the fans were rightly upset. They've been angry at the management of the team. They've been angry at the players. This result just made it to escalate. So that's what happened. All right. On that note,
let's run through some of the messages. Hopefully we can take them. Charles Chidozie on YouTube says someone mentioned it on Friday. Auntie Shawn even read the message on air that it was FA Cup weekend, but hashtag Tega Supreme was carried away with the excitement of bantering Arsenal and Chelsea as always. And he further said Nigeria is never prepared for any match. The NFF will soon send out prayer points for us to pray for the team. Ibrahim Hassan says, Shawn, don't be sorry. Laugh away. Manchester United is out, period. Tega trying to soften the gist so as they can be bantered. And then he further said, my club is being deluded and silly. Then Padre Pio said, for those of us who have Konya in our FPL
Oh no no no! Why did it's silly? The guy just lost his mind, literally lost his mind, and got a red card. Very silly red card.
And Abdutalib Umar says, Tega, do you think Ganacho should be in the Manchester United team? He does not look like a team player.
Ah, I don't know, because he plays the forward position. Sometimes their selfishness helps them. I don't think it's a question of Manchester United. I just think that forward players sometimes just really want to score.
Cruz on WhatsApp says Oluwaseun really made the situation worse. Tega, you are spot on with that take. Manchester United, that's Ayo. Hello. Ayo will come back to that. And Edenike says Oluwaseun, that laughter was wicked. Now I sympathize with Manchester United fans because of you. I'm sorry, but it's a good thing. Taya says Manchester United performance is so bad. Ayo didn't show up this morning. They finally got into him. Anthony had his red card cancelled and Real Madrid fumbled. Talk about influence. And Nathan Njoko says, Tega, what do you think? Okay, it was a red card. Golden was stupid and reckless. Kunha On was like MMA knockout. He gave kekes for no reason. Yamal is just happy, embarrassing players. Play ball, score, Jari. That's Nathan. And finally, Fred Adoki says, good morning, Fabulous Joe. My old is winning Sarah.
I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure either. I probably didn't get it.
Yeah. And on that note, want to say thank you for sending your messages via WhatsApp, via YouTube. Thank you for tuning in to Smooth 98.1 FM. Remember, there's midweek matches, so more banter. Sean, take your studio.
Thank you. Locker Room returns on Wednesday, 8:15, right here on the station that loves music and loves life. And you know Lagos Talks will continue because you're listening to Smooth Breakfast at 9 o'clock. What are we talking about today? 3rd of March is World Hearing Day, and we need to talk about the noise pollution in Lagos, lest we all go deaf. So join us on Lagos Talks at 9 a.m. My name is Oluwaseun Olusegun.
OUS.